As you would expect from any off-road truck with big tires, this Jeep Comanche will be in desperate need of a steering assist system. Now, before, you've seen me already modify the axle with a hydro assist cylinder. In this video, I have decided to change out the stock GM steering box with a brand new one of the same type. My friend Ashland from work drilled holes in the steering gearbox, tapped them for quarter-inch pipe thread, and installed the fittings needed to connect this steering box to the hydraulic assist cylinder. When I went to remove the bolts that hold this steering box on, I was reminded how I expertly built this bumper so that the bolts could be taken all the way in and out, and was proud of myself. It took me a minute to figure out that I needed to take the bolt that fastens the steering shaft onto the input shaft of the steering gearbox all the way out, because not only does it tighten the steering shaft down to the splines, it actually has an interference between the splines and the bolt itself. Once I had this steering box out, I simply put it with my spare parts to be added to a cheaper build later on, and I went on to explain how I'm upgrading the little spacer that goes between the frame and the steering gearbox. The original spacer is made out of aluminum, and because of that, it sometimes will wear, and then the bolts that hold the steering gearbox on will get loose, and that's when you start running into problems with your uniframe cracking in that spot. So I went with this shiny new metal one that I got off of Amazon, I believe. If I can find where I bought that on Amazon, because it was a while ago, I'll go ahead and add that as an affiliate link in the description below. As mentioned before, you can see the way my bumper is built, and that support bar that supports the outer side of the bumper angles down slightly. I'm able to get this top bolt in and out. I had a little bit of trouble getting everything to line up perfectly, so I put a little tack on the steel spacer that I bought so that it would hold it in place, and then I only had to wrestle with the steering gearbox and the steering shaft and the bolts that hold everything together. Just to recap this whole steering and suspension setup, this is an Iron Rock Off-Road front 3-link kit. The front axle is a 1974 Dana 44 off of an F100 from 1974. The front has 3-inch lift springs with the fake ICOS adjustable coil adapters, I think they're called. I then went on to the Bilstein website and bought some shocks that would fit, judging by my full up travel and down travel, which, by the way, is 4.5 inches up travel and 6 inches down travel at the springs. I plan on adding some limit straps just to keep the opposite tire out of the fenders and all this other good parts. But for now, this is all that I have set up. I fooled around a little bit with getting the steering wheel to be the right way up and the pitman arm set on there just perfect. So with the steering box mounted and the pitman arm set up right in the middle, now it's time to align my steering. Earlier this month, I bought the steering alignment tools from Matt, Hope, and Josh from Bleep and Jeep, and a short time later, I got that package in the mail with 2 stickers, a piece of candy, and the t-shirt that I've ordered in 4XL. The candy was delicious. He sent me the best one, which is the grape flavor, and I didn't want to wear the shirt in this video because I don't want to mess it up yet. After watching Matt's instructional video on how to use this tool, I got 2 of my tape measures and I lined everything out. And even after installing the nifty Reed Racing knuckle and the high steering arm from an off-brand company that I also found on Amazon, I was able to get this steering aligned within a 32nd of an inch toe-in on the front. Once everything was mocked up, I put the hardware in the tie rod, tightened everything up, and made sure that my wheel still turned from left to right. I then quickly moved on to the next step because I was afraid that I may have to modify this upper link again because I had originally set it up to go on a stock knuckle. This ended up being fine though, and by adjusting these heims all the way in, I was able to get the wheels to turn straight forward with the steering wheel set up correctly and the pitman arm right in the middle. I've been having trouble with my audio because I have a bit of a breathing disability that I inherited from being overseas and burning a lot of plastic. So if my narration is making you trip out, or if you like my videos less because I've had to voice over the past couple of them, I sincerely apologize. As a consolation prize, here's a funny little clip of me breathing. Oh my goodness. There's some bolts in here. Oh dear. It's a good idea not to snug up any bolts until you have them all in. Yeah, my steering wheel's upside down. Gosh, I can't breathe very good. It's 100% not perfect. I can't breathe very good.